is a time for a prophetic word that will first of all shake the people, wake the people, and then challenge the people to stand with God, because if we don't stand with God, God can't stand with us. This is a serious time. We got to wake people up and make us aware of what has happened to us over the last 50 years that's gotten us back into this predicament. Is there anybody here thought we were through with this? Like, I thought we were really going forward. Okay, maybe you had a telescope to look into the future. I didn't. I thought that, we were going to be okay. I never thought we'd be without voting rights again. Like, I thought the EEOC was going to be here. I did not think that over half the nation would vote against diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I sure didn't think over half the nation would elect a tyrant, a dictator, and a criminal, and a thug that's been convicted of 35 felonies. I never thought that. Okay, maybe y'all had a better idea. I just thought that America was a little bit... Okay. Let me calm down, because your enthusiasm is overwhelming. Your push is hard to handle. Your energy is so incredibly convincing that you are upset. You see, I'm saying, I thought that our ancestors had bled enough. I thought that enough folk had died, had been beaten and lynched. I thought that enough of that had happened that we'd be beyond this. I didn't think that we would desecrate their suffering and system. I thought that after all we've seen and all we've gone through, that we were at least beyond where we are now. I didn't think we were going to have to march again to vote. I thought Fannie Lou Hamer and Medgar Evers getting shot in his driveway, I thought all of that had been enough for us to have voting rights forever. I thought the majority of the nation was good with that. And I sure didn't think some black folk were going to vote against themselves. Your calmness concerns me. I want to tell you, we got here because we've been too calm. And the reason we've been too calm is for three reasons. One, historical disillusionment. Two, cultural disillusionment. And three, theological disillusionment. We've been disillusioned. We've been historically disillusioned. We've been, culturally disillusioned and theologically disillusioned. Let me discuss that for just a moment. You see, brothers and sisters, this historical disillusion goes back to the fact that most of us have been disillusioned by history. We started our history in slavery. Like the slave ships was our first understanding of who we are as a people, because that's all the history books taught you growing up. That's all it taught you. So this information about history, when the truth of the matter is, if you go back to the early 1600s, black folk were already in Americas. In fact, you could go back before that. We were here before they came. Okay. I understand this, that blacks, Africans were sending, merchant ships to the Americas and even to Mexico and Spain. But long before, like we were tradesmen. Like Africans were trading gold for corn from Africa to Mexico long before Europeans ever had a ship. But we didn't sail to those places to take over them. We were just doing business, because we've never shown up to take over some of them. Okay, I'm talking history now. Listen, go back to the 1600s. Before there was such thing as whiteness. Like, white did not start until 1681. There was no such thing as a white class. And notice, white has never been legalized. It's only been normalized. Okay. And so when you look at entities like the Heritage Foundation that published Project 2025, you have to look at who donates to it. Because they would not have the ability to develop, print, publish, and execute such an agenda if it was not well funded. And it's really counterproductive to be praying about God to deliver you while you shop with the oppressor. It's quiet. So knowing who's funding the oppressive agenda is necessary. But because I may be funding the sponsors of the plantation. Well, you said plantation. Well, I'm suggesting this based on fact. The only reason we left the plantation is because a few laws changed, not hearts. It was a change of some laws. And those few laws has kept us off the plantation. You understand? But now those laws, according to Project 2025, are being removed. One must ask why. The answer is clear. Because the little progress that you've made is too much. And if these laws remain in place, you're going to continue making progress. So then we'll change the laws. Well, if we're going to, brothers and sisters, avoid going backwards, and I've heard y'all chanting, we ain't going back. Well, let me just say this to you. If you keep funding the oppressor, you are paying for your way to go back. Like you're building the bus ride. Okay. So then, it becomes necessary for us to wake up. Especially, I'm speaking now of our church, the black church at large, because if we are not alert, if we're not aware, if we're not informed, if we're not up, you understand, by the time we wake up, it would be too late. In order to break up the power to rebel, they created white as a status to make poor whites think that they were connected to the elite whites. Can I tell you why poor whites are still voting for Trump? Because they think they're one of them. But they'll never be one of them. They've been disillusioned. Okay. I'm trying to teach you something here now. 76. Come on, y'all been in history, huh? I made a see, I still know that. Come on, say 1776. Okay, all right, not 1600, 1776. And in the laws that founded our country, white supremacy was already the motive. So you read the presidents, those who created the founding documents, they were slave owners. They were not making laws against themselves, they were making laws to profit themselves. Okay. Now, so we got to understand, we got to have a true understanding of history. Come on, say history. Yes, because whoever writes the historical narrative, they decide the story. And most of us have been learning the story that they wrote about us. Okay, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. Historical disillusionment leads to cultural disillusionment. Like if you don't know your real story, then your culture is warped. Your sense of who we are is jacked up.